Hello. Well, we've had the good news that Tommy Robinson is due to be released this week. Yay. Oh dear. Too soon for the yays, because the state has more cards up its sleeve, hasn't it? As he's being released from jail, the Crown Prosecution Service have also released the news that they're going to be charging Mr. Yaxley Lennon with harassment of 2 journalists. I'm granniopteryx. We haven't got very far into this video now, I admit it, but it would help if you'd click that like button now. Also, subscribe and perhaps share. Now, when you think of harassment causing fear to 2 men, you get a mental picture of a great burly Tommy Robinson, all 5'6" of him, looming over some journalist who's cowering in a corner with his teeth rattling in terror. The CPS and the papers have been somewhat coy about the identity of those poor terrorised ink slingers, so I can't tell you if they work for The Guardian or the BBC or the Hamas Ministry of Truth or anything. Well, let's have a look at some of the papers. This is The Guardian, okay? And they start with the house description of Tommy Robinson, the jailed far-right activist who's been charged with harassment of 2 journalists. What a dangerous man. And I tried to find out when he harassed these 2 journalists, and that's not reported here in The Guardian. For all that they know, he's a jailed far-right activist. OK, so the next one is the BBC, and they refer to him as far-right activist Tommy Robinson, who's been charged with harassment causing fear of violence against 2 men in August last year. So that's a little bit clearer. And then the Telegraph, far-right activist, of course, but he was charged with 2 counts of harassment causing fear of violence between August the 5th and the 7th last year. Now, what puzzles me is this. The charge, as registered by the CPS, has him committing this harassment on or about the 5th and 7th of August. And you may ask why I am so puzzled. Well, I'll tell you, it's mainly because Mr. Yaxley Lennon wasn't in the country in August. You know, there's a lot of this that is out of dystopian novels, but in this case, it's like an Agatha Christie novel. He has the perfect alibi. He was being detained in the port of Folkestone on his way to France on the 28th of July. According to him, his phone was confiscated by the police when he refused to let them have the PIN because he said he had journalistic privilege and he had contacts on the phone that they had no right to trawl through. Oh, trawling. Well, not going to be talking about that now. And although the police let him go at Folkestone, they didn't give him his phone back. They confiscated it. So he continued his motor journey through France without a phone and therefore off the internet. And again, according to him, because of that, he'd no idea about the terrible events in Southport a day later, the 29th of July, until several days later. Well, I don't know how he got there, but Robinson went on to Cyprus. He might have driven to another country through France, or he might have gone from Paris, but whatever. He was certainly seen in Cyprus on the 4th of August, and he left Cyprus on the 7th. So he wasn't anywhere near the UK at the time. He was in Athens on the 8th of August, and he didn't return to the UK until the 20th of October 2024. So I'm a bit puzzled about how he could have harassed two journalists, causing fear of violence between the 4th and the 7th of August. How is it possible? You know, I'm starting to wonder about Tommy Robinson. So I said he had an Agatha Christie alibi for his whereabouts in the first week of August, but then after that we're heading straight into DC Comics land, because he's obviously some sort of supervillain who has the power to make all the horrible things in the world happen. Well, the ones the Israelis have missed, I suppose. I mean, how did he harass those journalists? Did he take off from the rooftop of his hotel in Cyprus, fly around the world at the speed of light, and then burst through the windows of the journalists' bedrooms and go, boo? Or did he send them both a rude email that triggered them? Whatever it was, it couldn't have been a physical confrontation. And fear of violence would, it seems to me, imply immediate physical violence when you're there. I mean, he was in Cyprus. So whatever he sent them, it had to be third hand in some way. It's not like those guys who drove through Golders Green saying they were going to send a message to Jews about Gaza by raping their daughters. Yeah, in that case, the case was dropped. Just in case you're interested, there wasn't enough proof for a prosecution, you see. I mean, it's not like somebody had a camera, several people who were filming them. No, there's not enough evidence. And it's not like those two fellows, Fahir and Ahmad Khan, who in Manchester Airport broke a policewoman's nose and tried to steal a policeman's Glock 17. They did that on the 23rd of July, 2024, and they are now out on unconditional bail until they go to trial at the end of June, I think. Yeah, well, assuming they're still in the country, of course, by the end of June. But apparently Robinson is being rearrested or has to appear in court a month after his release. And he's not been arrested for punching anyone, trying to steal a gun, or threatening rape. It has to be some form of electronic communication. So, unless we go for the supervillain possibility, of course, I suppose we'll know when his trial comes up how exactly he harassed two journalists, causing fear of violence. So his trial comes up, there you are, June the 5th, which is long before those two Khan brothers have to go to trial. It's amazing how quickly things can move for certain people, isn't it? We've all got to be ready for Tommy Robinson's trial on June the 5th. The Trial. That was written by Kafka, wasn't it? Till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.